Hey, I'm Destiny. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because my channel is about building our businesses, having multiple side hustles, and also self-care. So if those topics interest you, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And today's video is going to be all about the Clubhouse app, and I'm going to be telling you how you can use the app for your business. So if this topic interests you, make sure you go ahead and stay tuned. So if you've been on social media lately, you've probably already seen your family, your friends, different industry leaders, celebrities, social influencers, all talking about the Clubhouse app. They're either talking about they want to get invited, how much they love it, they're addicted, and also that people are dropping gems on the app. The Clubhouse app is a drop-in audio app, which to me is like a live podcast where everyone can participate. Right now it's only available on the iOS system, so you can use it on your iPhone or your iPad, and it is also invite only. Ways you can get invited to the app is, one, you can download it from your app store, and if somebody has your phone number stored at the time that they created their account, they can go ahead and accept your request, and then you can get invited to the app that way. Or you'll have to wait until someone has invites, and then you'll send them your number, and then they can invite you that way. So right now, those are the only two ways that you can get in the app. And once you get in, I believe they give you one invite where you can invite your close family and friends. And one thing I want to say about the invite, since the app is in beta mode where they're testing out the different features, is that once you invite someone in, if they violate any of the rules, when they get kicked out, you also get kicked out right along with them. So be very strategic with who you invite. You want to make sure you're not just inviting any old strangers. You want to make sure it's actually someone that you can trust, because you also don't want to get kicked off the app as well. Now, let's talk about what happens once you get in the app. So once you get in the Clubhouse app, you'll see what they refer to as a hallway. So your hallway will be comprised of different chat rooms that you can get in. And also, what I want to say about the people you follow on Clubhouse is that the chat rooms you see in the hallway are going to be based on the people that you follow. So if they're listening to junk, then you're going to see junk. But if they're listening to motivational things, entrepreneurship topics, or anything pertaining to your industry, then that's what you're going to see there. So what you want to do for Clubhouse is you want to follow people who have the same interests as you. So when you go down your hallway, you'll see topics on, like, let's say for me, for an example, I'm interested in building my hair business, YouTube, entrepreneurship. So I want to follow like-minded individuals who will also be interested in hearing chats regarding those topics. So I will start seeing exactly what they're listening to going down my hallway, so that way I can join the same rooms as them. So I believe that pretty much sums up what exactly the Clubhouse app is. You'll be able to go in, chat with different industry leaders, different celebrities, your friends, family. If you want to create a room and moderate it yourself, you'll be able to do that as well. And it's all just you guys are having a conversation. Some people allow you to ask questions. Some rooms are solely just educational based, where you just go listen in. And then you also have, I know some people also do dating chat rooms, but it's all based on what you want to listen to. Okay, now going over to the second part of the video, as far as the business aspect of Clubhouse. So I'm just going to throw out a couple tips that I've been using for my business when it comes to Clubhouse. So the first thing that I like to do on Clubhouse for my business is I found all of the industry leaders that I look up to, and if they have a Clubhouse, I typically like to follow them so I can see if they're moderating a room or if they're in any rooms that I might be interested in. So some of my favorite people to follow have been Tony the Closer. I love Audrey of Richmond. I like Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked. And one thing about Jason Lee is covers the Clubhouse scams. So that is something that you want to also keep your eye out for. There's a lot of people with the imposter syndrome who might be on the Clubhouse app just to solely scam people. So that's one thing I like about following Jason Lee, because he does cover that aspect of Clubhouse. And another thing, Clubhouse has a search engine to where you can search the different topics you're interested in. You can start following people based on what they have in their bio. Another way you can use Clubhouse for your business is that there's a lot of opportunities to either get funding, and they also have giveaways. So last night they held Shark Tank on Clubhouse, which they had different people pitching their businesses to different millionaires, and some people actually walked away with, I know one lady walked away with $100,000 in funding. They were giving out different ebooks, they were offering coaching calls, and all of this was free. And sometimes with these rooms they'll do a bunch of different giveaways where they might give away $1,000 based on if you're inviting different people in the room or if you're shouting them on Instagram. And I know another room that had Super Scent, The Real BB Judy, it had Audrea Richmond, it had Ming Lee, and they were donating a lot of money to people in their chat as well. Another way to use Clubhouse for your business is that when you see your favorite industry leaders or even some of your peers that you just know from the same industry as you can join those chat rooms to network, either introduce yourself, let people know what you do and how they can contact you, offer your services up to help other people in the room, or you can either jump on the chat room, like if you have some pain points that you're working on that you have a couple questions on. A lot of the industry leaders hold these different chat rooms so they can go through and answer everyone's questions. And sometimes it's beneficial, like if you're working on something and you just want to pop in the chat room and just listen to the different knowledge that's being dropped. That's another thing that I found helpful for my business. And one of my favorite tips that I currently use is that most of the time, especially depending on how popular your industry leader is that the chat rooms get very packed and it's sometimes hard to ask questions. But if you stay on till, well, I know it's changed now, but I used to stay on to like 3 o'clock in the morning before the app got extremely popular, because that'll be a time where it's not as competitive with asking questions and they give you a lot more help. So I want to say that's another tip. But lately I've been noticing, like especially as the app has been getting really popular, is that some of these groups will run for like 72 hours non-stop, and it will be people on there just all day. Like last night in the Shark Tank group, I was on at, I believe I probably got off the app at 5 o'clock in the morning, and there was still 3,000 people on there, and a lot of people were still waiting to pitch their idea to the millionaires. So it all just depends on, one, your time zone, how patient you're willing to wait to ask your questions. And I would say Clubhouse is one of those apps where, one, you do have to be patient, and two, you have to understand that this is a free app. A lot of the millionaires are on there just giving away their time for free, offering up their resources. And even with Clubhouse, just because someone tells you to DM them, that does not mean that it's not going to be, that does not mean it's going to be free, because sometimes you might have a question where it requires one-on-one help and you might have to pay a moderator to give you additional assistance. And I feel like that's a good way to weed out different mentors, or if you're looking at different coaches, a lot of them are on there pitching their services, so you can just listen to their pitches, listen to what other people have to say about them. So then that way you already know, like, okay, I like her personality, I like the way she talks to people, I like her business etiquette, so this might be someone that I'm willing to work with. Because sometimes you'll see on Clubhouses that the people you thought were sweethearts, or the people you thought were gentlemen and just very nice, like their personality is not that way at all. Like, cause Clubhouse, like, one thing I would say is that Clubhouse really shows you how human everyone else is, how people respect other people, whether they're respecting other women, other people in their industry. You're going to see all of that on Clubhouse, and you're going to see that a lot of the millionaires face some of the same problems we have. Like, I was on Clubhouse one night and there was a guy on there who was very popular on social media who said that he wanted to start teaching people how he got to where he was, but he just didn't feel like he was confident enough to teach, which that I feel like a lot of us face. I feel like a lot of us face those same issues where we also might not be confident enough to start teaching what we know, even though we are the subject matter experts. So I feel like Clubhouse just gives us another human element to a lot of different people that we see on social media. So yeah, so I feel like that pretty much sums up as far as what you can do with, well, not even everything, that's just some of the tips that I use for my business, but there's a lot more out there. And since Clubhouse is still new, I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this video, dropping more tips that I find over the weeks, because I've only been on Clubhouse for 3 weeks now, so I'm still actually learning the app. And so far I've only been using it for business, which there are some chats where I'll pop into, like if I see Master P speaking, because Master P is one of my favorite entrepreneurs, so if I see him speaking, I'll pop in that chat just to take a listen. Like another one is 21 Savage, which I'll pop into his room, see what he's talking about. And yeah, so Clubhouse is still new, so we're all still testing it out. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to connect with me on social media. My social media channel is I Am Destiny Adams on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Clubhouse, and YouTube. Oh, and also I'm going to be doing an invite giveaway where I actually currently have 7 invites right now. So if you go over to my Instagram and send me a DM and say, hey, I watched your YouTube video, I'm interested in checking out the Clubhouse app, and if those invites are still available, I'll go ahead and collect your phone number and get you locked into the app. So make sure you take advantage of that opportunity. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for the next one.